we're there.
Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Joe Meyer,
I'm Rush.
and this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting, and riveting sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet.
Yes, bro. One of our many
Second, bro.
series.
Fix my
Where's
cap there.
it?
Get my second, I have it.
Now, remember the image, bro. Can't leave the image. The image can't drop no time.
No, man, I lie.
Yeah, bro. But as me I said, one of our many series is back. Keeping up with the reggae boys, bro. One of our favorite series. One that we like. We rank it up there. So
Hey, Rush, you realize every single new series I start, I say I'm a favorite?
I know that, you know. But now we make the rules, bro. Why we can't have many favorites? Like, what is the problem?
I feel we're sure, so we do what we want.
Yeah, but like everything over here. But before we get into the show, bro, housekeeping obviously. Don't forget, people, like, comment, share, subscribe, push the channel. We have to do the work, so more want to push the channel. Bro, you want to give them an update real quick right now? Something we have coming out. You wait till the end.
We can't wait till the end. But like a whole heap of things have coming still, bro.
All right. So I could jump in at the end, bro, real quick.
Yeah.
So domestic season is underway for the most part. Starting this week if it's not already started. So we're going to a quick update from the reggae boys. You see me starting from Leon Bailey going all the way to the MLS, the Andre Blakes, everybody. So, well, not everybody, but some of the more prominent figures. So, you ready, bro? What you want to start with?
More start with where we are starting in the America or we're starting in England.
Make us start in America.
All right, let's start in the MLS. You know,
Yeah.
the MLS. You know, it's exciting for Jamaicans. Jamaicans have always made ourselves at home in the MLS, right? We've had many very good Jamaicans to grace the MLS stage, and now is not different than any other time. Right now, I think we have the best MLS goalkeeper. And that was shown because of his recent All-Star appearance. So the MLS All-Stars played against the Liga MX All-Stars, you know, and they actually came out with a win in that game. And none other than the man himself, you know, Andre Blake, was the All-Star goalkeeper for the MLS team. So we're always excited to have a player who is at the highest of levels within American soccer, as they say. And, you know, he's been doing this for a while, bro. He's been a top 3 MLS goalkeeper for almost a decade now. And it's almost incredible how consistent he is. You know, how he stays very good.
Yeah.
For the union at least, all the time. You know, and domestically in his
No, I know why I send the shots for Andre Blake
in his season, the union is doing very well. You know, and they're atop the table in their conference. And once again, they're going to be vying for the championship. Once again, they're going to be vying for the MLS Cup. So it's always good. Andre Blake wears the armband sometimes when their captain is away. So, you know, Andre Blake does Andre Blake stuff. When Andre Blake wears number 18, he's the best Andre Blake possible. A lie?
Give me a proposal, bro. Give me a proposal real quick.
So what I've been saying, bro, for the Jamaica goalkeeping situation, as we see like in a team, for example, Mexico, where Guillermo Ochoa wears the number 18 for his country, right? He's the Mexican captain. We know Ochoa from a couple World Cups ago where he was stopping everything. I'm saying Mikel Antonio, who wears 18 for Jamaica, right? Or Bygrave, but I obviously prefer Antonio in that number 18. You know, that person should wear the 13. Yeah. Andre Blake should wear the 18, and our second string goalkeeper, whoever it may be, could it be Boyce Clark, could it be Aman Dylan Barnes, that person wears the number 1, and the third string wears the 23. Right? Get Andre Blake back in number 18, and maybe we can see number 18 type performances. How much son?
Bro, you believe in numbers, bro? You feel like a little bit of superstition there?
And a little bit, a whole heap of superstition, but bro, the disparity between how he plays when he plays for the Union as compared to how he plays for the Reggae Boys, like there's a difference. He looks more confident, he looks more at ease, he looks more comfortable. Andre Blake is just a better player in the number 18 than he is in the number 1 shirt.
True.
My opinion.
And before we move on, quick stat: 25 games in the MLS so far.
Yeah.
And Andre Blake has 10 clean sheets with 79 saves, bro. That's no small feat. And obviously, as I say already, one of the best goalkeepers in the MLS and All-Star. You know, and it's good that we have players like this, you know, waving the banner high, bro, for Jamaica.
For sure. And you say one of the best. I say definitively that he's the best goalkeeper in the MLS right now.
I'm not mad at it. We have to stay in the MLS, bro. We have to stay at the same team. Let's go for Kwrb. Having a respectable
put some respect on the man name, Kwrb, you know,
Kwrb.
as he's affectionately called. You know, he plays for the Union, and he's a player that constantly gets on the pitch. You know, he's like, you know, like a team like, let's say, Arsenal has a few subs that will make every game, like Nketiah tends to play all the time or whatever. Kwrb is this type of player up front for the Union. He doesn't start very often, but he does get on the pitch very often. And he does play well when he gets on the field. And he's been having an impactful season so far, scoring some very important goals in very meaningful times. So far, scoring 5 goals in the season on a team that is doing very well in the MLS. That is one of the favorites to compete for the title, and he's a big part in that team's success. So, you know, enough big ups to score same way.
Yeah, and he is you'll say exiting his prime. Hopefully the prime can extend a little bit more and maybe he can even break into the team. The Philadelphia Union is a very good team, bro. One of the best, if not the best in the MLS. You see me? And to be making an appearance every single week for the Union. That's no small feat.
Yeah,
you know, as I said, 5 goals, 2 assists, 6 starts in 25 games. Not bad. And Kwrb is working his way back to, let's say, getting a Jamaican call-up, brother. I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, because I was just about to ask you, is there a spot in the Reggae Boys team for Kwrb?
I wouldn't be, bro, if I'm seeing Bygrave and obviously long time, but I will see Javan East, I will see, obviously, Kwrb have a spot.
For sure, bro.
For me.
I would be definitely on the fringe.
Good season so far. Hopefully him keep it up. The playoffs later down in the year have a start, and hopefully Kwrb can continue having a good season.
Yeah.
Bro, we're gonna stay at the MLS, you know. We're gonna stay at the MLS.
Just a few more. We're not gonna touch upon everybody in the MLS. You know, we have Alpha Spoilers. I don't know if you know, we have up north your KC fellow, Javian Brown. He's doing his thing, so on and so forth.
Steady.
Eventually, we're going to make note of those players. But one player we have to make note of is, I would go as far as say, friend of the channel. We had him on, and one of our getting to know is, you know, Damian Lowe.
Bro, never make a statement right now. Hold on. Never stop in here, Never make a statement, bro. And I've been trying so hard to figure this out. You know what I feel. You see me coming like dumb statements, bro. Damian Lowe is one of my favorite reggae boys, bro. And he's pushing himself to be my favorite reggae boy. I find myself watching Inter Miami games, bro. You see me I say? Damian Lowe is right now, if I had to pick one reggae boy to say, yo, this is my, not talk about best, not talk about just my favorite reggae boy at the moment. I know you have your agent Mara on your taxi. Damian Lowe right now, bro, my favorite reggae boy. Continue.
Definitely one of my favorite reggae boys. And, you know, I think he's an ambassador for Jamaican football. And you can see he wears the Jamaican flag on his sleeve, never turning down a call-up regardless. You know, starting every single game he plays for Jamaica, and for the most part, plays well for us. And I think he represents us well. I think he represents the interest of our football very well. And I'm very, 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 very happy that Damian Lowe is a Jamaican international player. So, yeah, definitely one of my favorite reggae boys as well. Talk to me about the season.
All right, so his season, bro, in the MLS, Damian Lowe, 21 games of 24. You know, scoring 1 goal. I saw that goal. I was watching that game live. Brilliant header, by the way.
The only reason he's missed a few games is because of suspensions.
Yeah, this is true. And this is the one part of his game.
He started every game that he's played in.
I'd love him to work on that part of his game. 7 yellow card, 1 red card. Hopefully, and that's in 21 games. Hopefully, he can keep the cards on the lower side, but still a really, really good campaign for Damian Lowe. Sitting in the playoff spot right now.
And a few team of the weeks. There I say.
So really good performance, sitting in 7th spot, a playoff spot. Really good season from Damian Lowe. We're not going to stay too long because we have to go England, we have to go Europe.
For sure. We have to jump across the Atlantic same way.
All right.
But
so really,
the last MLS player we want to feature today. And it's not necessarily because of his play and because of his outstanding season, but it's because of the impact that this player will have. This player in the MLS will have on national program. And he needs no introduction. One, Ravel Morrison. You know, recently signing with Derby. You know, Wayne Rooney just insisted that I was going to carry this dude with me. Wayne Rooney was not going to leave him behind. That's the type of impact that he made in England. And I do believe that he'll make that impact in America. What do you say?
Yeah, played 1 game so far, right? Just 1 game.
Yeah.
Ravel, man, I'm excited to see what Ravel can do in the MLS. I think he's above MLS quality at the moment. I feel like Ravel had had one more stint in him in England. I really believe that. Maybe a higher championship team or a lower Premier League team. I really feel like Ravel has that quality to
Yeah,
perform
bro.
at
For
that
sure.
level.
I think a low Premier League team, Ravel has Premier League quality.
I
Because
really
you have
believe
players in the Premier League like a Jamal Lowe or a Bobby Reed.
Ravel
Ravel
is better than him.
is better than them.
Yeah, bro.
Right? So
So
Ravel is of the ilk, to play in the Premier League. However, so is Gareth Bale. So is players like that. I do believe Georgia Chiellini could still play on a Premier League team. But we
yeah,
do see the MLS bringing players who are still at a relatively higher level, good enough to play at the highest level in football, and bringing them over to the MLS to bolster their league. So Ravel
yeah.
Morris is part of that initiative, and I think he's going to make himself the MLS, Wayne Rooney, DC, and last but obviously not least Jamaica and the Reggae Boys proud.
I agree. Obviously, DC United is not having a great season right now, sitting at
Yeah.
the bottom of the Eastern Conference. I don't
That's
think
why
they'll
they
make the
brought in. That's why they
playoffs.
brought in Wayne Rooney to turn it around. He did it
Hopefully, we
as a
can turn it
player, and they're
around.
hoping that he'll do it as a coach.
Hopefully. But that's what's going on right now. The MLS with our reggae boys. Let's go over to Europe, bro.
Let's go to England, innit?
Make we go England then. Now. Let's start with Bobby Reed, bro.
All right, Bobby the card over Reed played 2 games thus far, and he's obviously a instrumental part of this Fulham team, who I think is going to stay in the Premier League this season. We saw him and he showed flashes of brilliance. He showed that he's a solid player. He showed that he somewhat belongs at the level. And I think he'll continue to grow from stride to stride. Bobby Reed is also no stranger to the EPL. We saw him score a magnificent goal against Liverpool a few seasons ago. I was hoping to see a replication of that. He didn't necessarily score, but he didn't have a bad game. And Fulham managing to have 2 points in the Premier League, 2 draws, one a 2-2 draw against Liverpool, and Bobby Reed was no small factor in those points. So Bobby Reed is in the Premier League, bro, and I think he's there to stay.
Yeah, I feel like I covered that well. There's not much more I can say about Bobby Reed.
Yeah.
I like what he did there a while ago. So we're not going to each from Bobby Reed. Real quick, let's go over to Jamal Lowe.
All right, so
First of all, some people will say, why are we giving an update on Jamal Lowe? Why are we talking about Jamal Lowe right now? When we're talking about prominent reggae boys figure. But he's in the Premier League.
no, bro, Jamal Lowe is one of the most recent goal scorers for the Reggae Boys.
That is true.
So we talk about prominent players like Jamal Lowe was a part of that beautiful goal that I went viral for my reaction. Jamal Lowe was a part of that goal, and you have to talk about Jamal Lowe, and he's one of the very few Jamaicans in the Premier League. So he's not as big a part as Bournemouth as we'd like to see, or as he has the potential to be. And I do think he can continue to grow from stride to stride. They bought him for a reason. He made his Premier League debut, I think, last time, not very much. It was a last minute sub, but I think he'll grow from stride to stride. So just an update on him. He's been on the team sheet for 2 games, only played about 3 minutes in the most recent game.
Hopefully Jamal Lowe can get on the field a little bit more for Bournemouth. I'm excited to see what he can offer. I think a 15 minutes here and there will serve him well, and hopefully he can grow with that. Next up, we are staying at the Premier League. So let's go. I'm not leave Liam Bailey for last this time. Bro. Let's talk about Liam Bailey.
Yeah, because we're in the Premier League, so let's talk about shit. Let's talk about how you feel about what he's done thus far.
Here I'm gonna say Liam Bailey played the first game for Aston Villa. He played 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You see me? He was one of the better Aston Villa players on the field. Second game, got dropped. Came on another decent game. Probably the next game he start because he came on and you could see where he was impacting the game. Aston Villa, played well in that game. But I want to see Liam Bailey have a little bit more impact in the final third. I can see that he's sharp. I can see that he's dangerous and the players are weary of him. But I want to see a little bit more from him. Not much to talk about last game week. We spoke about the first game week, but this game week there's not much to talk about. He came on, had a good showing, closed out the game. That's it for Liam Bailey, bro. Are you disappointed or are you happy with what you're seeing so far?
I'm not happy. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but I'm slightly underwhelmed. I was hoping for a firecracker of a start from Liam Bailey. I was hoping. Remember who he started last year? that's kind of how I expected him to start this year. He was for his first couple of games before he got hurt, where he was a firecracker. He was doing Rudiger like a baby. He was scoring beautiful goals. He was getting assists. He was doing all that in the Premier League before he got hurt. Let's not forget how he started last season. Let's not forget. So I was hoping for a start akin to that. Something similar to that kind of play. Obviously the team's dynamic has changed a bit. It's not as centered around him as it was because of the improvement of their roster. However, he definitely had flashes where he showed that he does have the quality. We know Liam Bailey definitely belongs there. So it's just a matter of time before he comes into himself. And I'm just hoping sooner or later. Because if it's later, it might be too late, if you get what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. It's a long season, so hopefully Liam Bailey can pick it up. Not saying that he's been poor, but he's not been great.
Yeah.
Let's do Mikel Antonio.
Well, bro, Antonio is a workhorse. I'll say that first and foremost. Antonio is who Antonio is. And Antonio made a big blunder that cost his team a goal. I'm not sure if you watched that game, the early game. Rush, those two games on Sunday, they were absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about them in our Premier League roundup. But West Ham got a goal, and it was put away so nice by Buendia, I think it was. But bro. So he made a bad decision. We know that Mikel Antonio is a bully. We know that's what he's known for. He ran through the player unnecessarily, so fouled him, cost his team a goal. So that's going to be a stain on him, especially considering that they got off to a very bad start in the Premier League. They lost to Manchester City, which I guess was expected. But Nottingham Forest, bro, you can't be losing to Nottingham Forest. Mikel Antonio, as I said, not a terrible game, but he hasn't been super impactful. He's missed a couple of opportunities, and as I just said, costed his team a goal. In addition to the fact that Dean Henderson was absolutely amazing, Williams was absolutely amazing. Nottingham played way, way, way above what was expected, but Mikel Antonio was complicit in West Ham not winning that game, not even getting a point. So things have to turn around for Antonio, bro.
Yeah.
But he's so important to their team, I think he'll have time to figure it out.
Yeah, man. Mikel Antonio have time. He'll be a steady contributor to their team. The last two before we round it up, bro. We're going to go Shaman Nicholson and then Junior Fleming. Obviously, their season haven't kicked off as yet. So pre-season, not much. Shaman Nicholson played like 4 games, had like 3 substitute appearances. Not much. Didn't score a goal. So based on pre-season, I can say I'm expecting a slow start from Shaman Nicholson. He's not starting the pre-season game, but I'm not going to read too much into that. Where Junior Fleming is concerned, no contribution in the Toulouse pre-season. But towards the end of last season, we saw where he was making some contributions off the bench. So hopefully he can pick up on that there in the league or no, big league now. You see me, I say hopefully he can get some playing time. And yeah, I'm expecting minimal contribution, but still at least some contribution from Junior Fleming. You see me?
Well, we hope to see it. We hope to see it. But the tip of the iceberg as it relates to Ricky Boys and our contributors. And as this season progresses, we'll delve deeper and deeper into the different aspects, because we have our hands, we have our tentacles on all aspects of football all around the world. We'll talk about our players in Vietnam, we'll talk about our players in the USL, we'll talk about our players in lower leagues, or youth players that we have. The Boys Clarks, the Jamar Clarks, so on and so forth. So this series, bro, it's going to be informative, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to have a lot of stuff to talk about, because how it go. With the Reggae Boys, them there, we did it too.
Yeah, bro. And I feel like the viewers, they'll appreciate the update on the Reggae Boys, because not everybody have time to watch every single game and every single Reggae Boy. So I'm sure people
this is our job, bro.
I don't lie, bro.
This is our job. Full-time YouTubers.
I know that.
Sorry, work, bro.
No, anyways,
keep doing it for you guys.
Now, so give them the update before we leave them.
Oh yeah, so people, we're going to be starting a lot of things. As I mentioned in our live previously, we have a getting to know Simon Preston that's coming up very soon. That's going to be an interesting one. Why was Simon absent from YouTube? I'm sure you guys want to know that. So we'll be asking him the questions, as well as many more questions. But that's definitely something that we'll do. We'll be seeing how good of a footballer Simon actually is, because with Simon always talks to him about always. So Mr. Preston, we'll see. And bro, we're going to start something I'm very excited about. No Bum Rush podcast.
Yeah.
That is something that's going to be very, very interesting. People, as you know, me and Rush, we're very good friends, and we talk about so much stuff relating to football, relating to sports, slightly related to sports, and not even related to sports any at all. And our podcast is just going to be covering just some normal day-to-day topics that we find interesting, mostly related to sports. But we're going to switch it up again because, bro, this podcast is not only for the sports heads. We cater for the women who are, married or in a relationship with the sports head. We cater for them children. We cater for them parents. You get me? I say it's a big old family, bro. So we always try to do a little bit of everything for everybody. You see me? So people, the No Bum Rush podcast, we're going to be talking about a lot of topics, but we'll update you guys more and more about that coming up. But we just give them a little update.
Yes, sir. Well said. People, before we leave you guys though, don't forget, like, comment, share, and if you're not already subscribed to this or that Sports TV, me I beg you. I'm not telling you from beg, just hit the subscribe button, man.
Bro, say everybody did subscribe. Say everybody in the world did subscribe. Like we get 7 billion subscribers. Say we would have stopped beg.
Let's stop beg, yeah. I will leave people that stop beg to go, what could I do? I don't lie, but watching them, bro, give them the maximum and I could leave them.
People, if each one of you guys watching now could I get us 5 subscribers, wouldn't have to beg as much, we'd have still beg. If each of them get 5, we'd have probably still beg, but wouldn't have to beg as much. So people, please, if each one of you guys can get us 5 subscribers, do you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day?
Only. For now, my people, this is that Sports TV.
And this was Keeping Up with the Reggae Boys. And we're out.
Yes, sir.